Hello, welcome back to my channel, Liz and Let Grow. If you're new here, my name is Liz and I live in Zone 6A in upstate New York. I only started gardening a few years ago after having decided that no matter how long we live here, I did want to make it my home, a cozy, beautiful, and inviting place to raise our kids, and which surprisingly called for a garden, a few gardens. In this video, I wanted to highlight the importance of planting the garden to be enjoyed in all 4 seasons. Adding in evergreens and shrubs that hold their leaves in the winter is a great way to do just that. Gardeners or landscape designers usually refer to this concept as winter interest, and it is easily one of the most forgotten pieces in a new gardener's repertoire. I happened upon a big plant sale at the Big Orange box store and decided it was the perfect time to pick up some new shrubs for the front gardens. I picked up a holly, a rose, and 2 boxwoods. I always begin by putting the plant in the can where I think I want it and living with it for a day or 2 or even just a couple hours, moving it around to see where I want it to live and where I think it will look good. This sweet pinky blush rose is from the Knockout series of roses called Coral Knockout. I have the pink or red Knockout rose bush already, and this rose has been bred to be low maintenance and easy to grow. Most rose varieties need deadheading or flower removal to encourage a new flush of blooms, but that step is unnecessary for the Knockout series of roses. I highly recommend them. They're very easy and put out a lot of blooms. I've also been using the Garden Tone plant fertilizer before I plant all of my new plants and even around some of my older ones. This is just all around, I think, a very good fertilizer, and you can use it on vegetables, on flowers, shrubs, trees. So that's really why I got it, because it's just very versatile. The boxwood shrub that I added by the lamppost is called a wintergreen boxwood, and at maturity it should reach 4 to 6 feet tall and 36 to 48 inches wide. Another medium shrub to fill out this space and add some height and greenery in the long winter months. Both boxwoods ended up being around $5 each, and when I got home I couldn't believe I bought 2 different kinds. I meant to get 2 of the same kind, but oh well. Variety's the spice of life, they say. So I'm just gonna roll with it. I also wanted to expand this bed a little bit, so I used my favorite method to smother the grass, which is adding cardboard or newspaper and then covering it with my free mulch. Important garden features for winter interest include berries, grasses, seed heads, stems, bark, evergreens, and even some flowers. Fruit and berries are a great way to brighten up a winter landscape, and many serve as important food source for birds. Grasses and sedges add texture to the garden in winter, and some add great color as well. Many of the grasses also provide seeds for birds in winter and nesting materials come spring. Seed heads create interest with varying shapes and textures and make a dynamic feature in winter as they mature and disperse. Differing barks and branches also play a significant role in enhancing our gardens in winter. Peeling barks of birches, brightly stemmed twig dogwoods, and the towering dry stems of perennials can all become dominant features in the winter. Evergreens are a key element to add structure in gardens during the winter. There are a variety of evergreens available with a myriad of shapes, textures, and even colors. Evergreens can be needled conifers, but also broadleaf trees and shrubs, and even some perennials hold their foliage in the winter months. Also, can you tell that I'm 33 weeks pregnant? Doing my deep squats while gardening is probably my favorite form of birth prep at this point. I'm so excited to have my third baby, and it's definitely the nesting instinct that is driving me to get more and more work done inside and out. Some examples of broadleaf evergreens you can use in your garden, just depending on the zone you're in, are magnolia, some viburnums, the laurel, common boxwood, and Oregon grape. I chose a female species of holly called Blue Princess because if you don't know, the female holly is the one that produces the berries. I may have to go get the male if there's not another holly close enough to pollinate the female if I want to get the berries though, so we shall see. The glossy green leaves and upright growth habit and hopefully red berries over the winter were too enticing for me to pass up. Again, this was 50% off at the box store, so highly recommend going throughout the year and just checking the plant sales. It's a great way to snag some great bargains. The holly will also provide some interest over the winter as it is an evergreen, and I think the birds like the berries, I'm not sure, but either way, I will like the berries. The second boxwood variety is called a Green Mountain boxwood, and that one grows slowly to mature at 4 to 5 feet high and 2 to 3 feet wide. It also has a lighter green leaf, isn't as glossy or stiff as the other one, and has a conical or cone-like growth habit. We'll see if this placement works long term. It is kind of close to my cone-like juniper at the beginning of this L-shaped bed that I planted. But I wanted more winter interest in this bed, and this will do that for me. I can always move it later if I hate the placement, but for $5, it's definitely worth a little risk. I really love the peachy pink color of the coral knockout rose, and that purple kind of daisy flower is called an African daisy or osteopermum, and those are just an annual. So I really wanted some perennial to kind of fill out the space. Also, look how big that purple fountain grass has gotten. That's just an annual, but I will be saving the seeds from that to try to grow my own. We shall see. My lavender is looking stunning with its 2 tiny blooms, but again, this will grow nice and big. I will be chopping it down every year to try to control the woody stems. This is another knockout rose. Unfortunately, the Japanese beetles really love my area. So this is where that boxwood is. And I just think it will be really beautiful to kind of soften up this area. And I can even keep it trimmed in a little ball or make it a topiary or something. This is the other boxwood here. There's a little rose in front of it. This is the one that's going to get more of a cone shape, so we'll see if it actually lives here, because you can see that's a juniper at the head of the bed. But I really like that dark green. I think that will add a lot in the winter. I need to come in and slightly trim up my red buds. Also, all this catmint that I got for free is not exactly what I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be kind of more of a blue color, but these pinky white blossoms are just covered in pollinators. So definitely keeping it. I just need to spread it out a little bit more in my garden. Kind of use it as more of a taller filler than where I have it placed. Such a beautiful rose, and that was free as well. I was showing my daughter the other day the snapdragons, and if you didn't know, if you pinch the sides, they open their little mouths. It's so sweet. I also trimmed up the clematis that I rescued from the sail rock. It looked almost dead, but there was a couple green leaves on it. And I ended up trimming off the dead parts, and it looks as good as new. So I'm excited to find a home for that too. My astilbe is looking amazing. This is pretty much the only shade garden I have. Semi-shade garden. It only gets a couple hours of shade, but it's growing really well. I have a morning glory climbing up a piece of driftwood that I got from my beloved aunt down in South Jersey. It just looks so pretty. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.